This week on Rugged Expeditions, we're going to be sweating bullets as we hunt the scorching Carmen Island for desert bighorn sheep.
I had to crawl out in the open and just get a spot where I could get away from this brush. I was completely exposed. You could see him looking right at me. I thought, oh, no way.
And to cool off in between, we'll be doing a little bit of spear fishing.
Came all the way down from Seattle, left that ugly rain and cold for 90 degrees and sunny. Getting the boat loaded up, heading over to the island. We got ourselves about an hour and 20-minute run, depending on how the wind is. And it is a beautiful day. It's not too windy in here in the harbor, but we're gonna have to see what it looks like outside there, so this could be interesting.
Hey, buenas tardes.
Bienvenido.
Carmen Island, much like the Baja, is true desert. You've got the big cactus, you've got the prickly pear, you've got the Spanish dagger. Everything seems to bite in that desert. You don't dare sit down without looking first. Lucky for me, they'd had a good rainfall, one of the best ones on record actually, so there was lots of good grass, comparatively speaking, for the desert, and the sheep were in prime condition.
Heading out first morning on Carmen Island. Got a dead calm sea. It's gonna be hot today. There's no wind at all. So boys are ready, I'm ready. We got a little hiking in front of us. I think this is the coolest part we're gonna have all day, and it's already about 85-ish, I'm guessing. Got a little sweat going, ready to climb the mountains. Look at that sun coming up on those mountains. How awesome is that, huh? That's where we're going, right to the top. We're going to cut up through this canyon and work our way back into the middle of the island. We'll try and make some good time while it's still cool enough to really do some hiking. The forecast is for around 100, so. You see him? There's a small ram up here. You can see his white bum right below the shale. Strange about hunting, is it? God gives these animals all this camouflage and gives them just the right color. But luckily he gave most of them a white bum. Without that, we probably never would have seen that ram. Thank you, Jesus. The desert bighorn is the smallest of all four of the North American wild sheep. A cousin of the Rocky Mountain bighorn and the California bighorn, these sheep have evolved with living in the desert to being smaller in body size, but yet still having a decent set of horns on them. It's very common to get desert bighorns in the 180 to 185 point class.
The desert bighorn are stocky, heavy-bodied sheep. Their unique concave hooves allow them the ability to climb steep, rocky terrain with speed and agility. These rams are well adapted to the dry, harsh environment of the South. Some may go without water for weeks and can lose up to 30% of their body weight and still survive.
got 7 different rams. Most of them are small. One's like a 165 plus. Not 170, but more than 165. 83 yards. They're so in rut, they don't care. Boy, that one was hard to pass on.
Scouring the ridged mountains of Carmen Island, Alain Smith and Company are in pursuit of Desert Bighorn sheep.
The ones on Carmen Island are a subspecies of the Desert Bighorn, referred to as a Weemsay. Of all the sheep in North America, whether it's the Dall sheep, the stone sheep, which are both considered thin horns, then you've got the Rocky Mountain Bighorn. The Desert Bighorn covers a vast area from California, Nevada, Texas, goes all the way down through most of Mexico, over on the Baja Peninsula, and on some of the islands, both Tiburon Island and, in our case, Carmen Island.
Hunting in the blistering heat of Carmen Island, Alain Smith and his guide Gaspar are searching for Desert Bighorn. Despite having glassed dozens of potential shooters, the team patiently wait for a mature ram to set their scopes on.
Hunting desert sheep, much like hunting any of the other sheep, requires a lot of climbing. If we could get up high enough and look down into the grassy areas where we knew the sheep would traditionally be feeding through the evening and the early morning hours, we'd get a chance to really glass the whole general area, picking out the bands of sheep, seeing if there was a worthwhile ram in each one. If we were able to spot a decent ram that was worth a closer look, then we'd assemble the whole gang and head down along one of the ridges or maybe back down through one of the canyons and try and do the sneaky sneak and get into a good position where we could judge them a little closer. We'd seen sheep every day. Not the big monster we were looking for, but some rams that were shooters. We had come up to the usual place where we were glassing from, looking for the one that they figured was living in this canyon somewhere, when all of a sudden a lone ram came off to our right and worked his way up a small ridge line. Now I've got him at 200 yards, which in sheep hunting circles is a chip shot.
He's there. Another one behind it, coming where the other one was.
I'm ready to go. They're basically telling me no. I said, I think he's okay. Double no. Come on, let me shoot him. No, no, no.
After several days of hiking through the mountains of Carmen Island, Alain Smith and his guides are on the trail of huge Desert Bighorn sheep.
The bottom one is really long. I mean, he comes out way out like this, but he's thin. The top one's nice. He's heavy all like that. Yeah.
After passing up that ram, I was a little bit frustrated, but figure, hey, these guys know what they're doing. They're here all the time. Sooner or later, we're gonna find this one. It's tough to pass up a sheep that comes in close, that in many instances would be a shooter in most people's book. But Gaspar and the guys kept saying, nah, that's not the one. We know there's a good one in this valley. We gotta hold off. When you're glassing for rams, the main ingredient you're looking for is horn mass. Mass is everything. Rarely do you see a Desert Bighorn that's gonna have tips. They fight a lot, they live in a tough environment, and they're gonna break those tips off. It didn't take long. We spotted the ram of my dreams hanging out over by a cave way on the other side of the canyon.
The ram we've been looking for is up in that cut. That saddle there. He's a big, heavy old ram. He's got a couple ewes with him. We're gonna wait and see what he does, if he's gonna settle down with the ewes up there. And then we'll make a game plan. Ooh. That's one that gets your blood racing right there. That's a nice one.
We didn't have the wind blowing the right way, but we knew he'd hang in that same general vicinity. So we all climbed down off the rocks we were on, got down into a cut riverbank. Was I surprised when we were crossing over the opening, and here's that sheep that we've been looking for, standing, posing, right on top of a rock, looking right at us. We were exposed, and we had to take some quick action. I snuck around a bush, laid down in the open grass, got all set, and the sheep stood there. I think sometimes it's just your turn. You know what I mean? What would a sheep be doing standing like that when he's got us dead to rights? His mistake. At the shot, it felt good. Once he'd cleared the boulder, we were blind. We grabbed our packs, hustled around the bottom of the hill. Then we had to get up the cliff face to get to where we figured he might be laying. Lucky for us, he hadn't gone far. What a sheep. Holy smokes. What a ram. Whew. Oh my gosh. Look at the Desert Bighorn. Unbelievable animal. What a treat. Old ram, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe, yes?
10 or 11.
10, 11, yeah.
The bumps in the nose?
Yeah.
Old fighter.
Yeah, old.
Whew. Man, what an animal. Day after day, we've been looking at a lot of sheep, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We passed up quite a few dandies, but man, did we pick the right one. This is the classic one you want to take, old broomed off warrior. Although he's still chasing the girls around. Much to his demise, I might add. Wow, this is incredible. The Desert Bighorn from Carmen Island. Woo! We did it. I laid down to look at it. It's like it was my first one all over again. Oh man. Great trophy, thanks you guys. That was fantastic. Very good job. Now the work begins, huh? It was super finishing the hunt early. So what better to do when you're in Mexico than go do some fishing and some diving? There's places you go that you'll never go back to. That's not the case with Carmen Island. It's a virtual paradise. You've got hunting, you've got fishing, you've got sunny, sandy beaches, and there's nobody else there. It's tremendous. The folks are fun. The outdoor life is fantastic. I can't wait to go back. Where else on earth can you go sheep hunting and have lobster with the sheep that you shot and you caught a lobster? Nowhere that'll be. Here's to a great hunt. Always fun to be here on Carmen Island, and I can't wait till we come back next time.
Okay.